turn it into a full-blown audio track as well. How does that sound?
Okay, so we do that between the two.
Perfect.
Otherwise, it'll, people get fed up with me otherwise.
Impossible.
Well, it is by hypnotizing, so they can't get fed up with me. I'll just suggest it today. You'll never get fed up with me. No matter what I do, what I say, you'll just love everything I do. Yes, Freddie. Just let a few more people in, then we'll get going. What are you drinking, Doreen? I love the way you disappear every now and again. It's like magic.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm good at that. But yeah, just drinking some tea, but it's too hot still to drink, so.
Yeah. Have you ever been on a motorway and you stop for a coffee and you've got like 30 miles to go and you're not able to drink it till you get to the other end because it's so hot? You ever done that? Just go to drink it. You can't, it's too hot.
No, not really.
No, it's probably an English thing. They just like to scold their customers.
Well, sometimes I take a mug with me, but
yeah, cheapskate.
Yeah, well, there's not too many.
Just go buy. No, buy one. Don't take a mug with you. Just buy a coffee now and again.
This for short trips.
Think of the staff you're supporting.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if anyone else coming in. What time is it anyway?
3:05. So we're getting close.
I'm just hoping everyone's got the message today because it seems quite low numbers today.
Oh, I hope they don't show up in an hour.
Yeah, this time change thing's very weird, isn't it?
It is. Oh, I wonder, Freddie, what are we going to do?
Well, I didn't see an announcement in the Facebook group, but I just checked, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes ago. So
Gotcha. I did send out in the emails.
We'll get to, well, by the time we get used to the time change, it'll change back again.
I know. We'll just do two different times to accommodate everyone.
Well, if people turn up in an hour's time, you can do the night shift.
Perfect.
So I'm not allowed up after 10. My carers come and get me, take me back to the home.
The spell is broken at.
But Lane's laughing. She thinks,
she
thinks it's funny. It's not funny. You'll see him coming in a moment and whip me off.
Freddie, I'm older than you. I'm laughing because I say the same things.
I'm not allowed out after 10. No.
I think everybody here needs a total belief change about aging.
Well, we're going to do it next week.
I think that's what we're going to do next
regeneration.
Week. Yeah.
Rejuvenation therapy next week. And then we're going to take a screenshot next week and take a screenshot the week after and see how well it's worked.
No Zoom filters either. All right, so we got the next three topics. Those are lined up. Has anybody listened to the two new audios I put in the library, the trance training and the laughter, gratitude, and love audios? Has anybody listened to those yet? Because we have a new kind of audio editor, and I think I don't know. I like what they're doing, so I wanted to see if you guys had any feedback on audio quality or music transitions, anything like that from those two.
No, obviously not.
Not yet. Okay, well,
right.
Something to look forward to. All right, Freddy, what do you think? Should we get rolling here?
Yeah. Did you want to have a word first, or do you want me to just get into it? And we'll. I'm still letting people in, by the way. So.
Yeah, we got a few.
Has anyone got any questions or any suggestions or any requests for for what you want us to help you with or get you to, anything at all. No limits here. So, no.
Well, I'm glad now that you mentioned the ideal body, health, mind. Yeah, that's always a popular one, isn't it?
Creating the body health and happiness, yeah, that we want. Why limit ourselves? Now, we often talk about, well, most of the time people talk about weight loss. And a friend of mine pointed out some years ago, who wants to lose something, but to create your body that you want, that's kind of exciting, isn't it? Rather than losing weight. You know, what would you like to create? Because not everyone wants to lose weight. Some people want to put on weight. But to be able to say, okay, that's exactly how I want to feel and how I want to look. And then create the body you want and create the health and happiness you want. So next week, no, week after next, maybe the week after that, because Nick's going to do 2 weeks from now. And then we'll get into doing that. So you have time to think about it. Let go of any of your limitations. How do you want to feel for the summer? How do you want to feel, you know, this year? And then see what we can do.
Yeah,
As I say, from the neck up, I can't do much about it. From the neck down, I can pretty much have the same body I had when I was 28 and boxing, providing I do what I did when I was 28 and boxing. So, you know, you just got to say, what do I want? How do I want to feel? Right. Should we get into it?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it, Freddie.
Go.
So I kind of pushed Freddie to do tonight's topic because he pulled me aside after his talk at HypnoThoughts last year. I think it was after your talk, and you showed me the process we're going to go through. And I was like, this is so good. And it's so simple. It's like taking EMDR and making it way less complicated. And you know how Freddie works. He does things in a few minutes that most people take hours to do. And so he told me about it, and I was like, this is awesome. This is great. So I was reminded of that. And then I was like, Freddie, we got to do that this week. And so this is the technique that's not only going to help you to blast through an emotional pattern that you currently have, but it's also going to help you with your clients. If somebody comes in and they're in a certain state, this will kind of scramble their eggs in a way to allow them to break their pattern. And I believe what it does is it connects different parts of your brain. So it's like almost like an electrician. If there's a wire that's broken and it's not sending energy down the line, you're going to have problems. Your appliances aren't going to work, right? And your outlets aren't going to work. And when you take that electrical power and you connect it, and you connect other parts of your house together, suddenly the power flows to everything and it works. And I think that's what this process does. And so I'll let Freddie kind of talk about it and guide you through it. And yeah, Freddie, let's go get into jumping numbers here.
Okay, I'm just going to go to gallery view so I can see everybody. I'm hoping it's still recording on
And Allison asked, what is EMDR? It's eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And so it's this, it's a therapeutic process where you move your eyes back and forth while accessing some of your old emotional states. Looks like Linda has a question. Linda?
Hi, just to let you know, I've had loads and loads of difficulty. I've only just got on. I've registered several times, but there's been no link said. I didn't get my email that I get every week, and I'm just looking, seeing there's not many people on. I'm just wondering. I've been in my library. I'm part.
Right, yeah, I thought it was kind of half the
The
number.
library. I couldn't get through nothing. So, just to let you know, because it looks like there's not that many people here. Just couldn't get on. My friend has sent me a link. That's how I've managed to get on.
Did the 1 hour warning email not go out?
Not to me.
No, I think it might have something to do with the link. Who clicked on the link from the event that I put up?
I did.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully
I did, and I didn't get the email.
Oh no, it's going. The time.
I really have tried hard to get on, and there was no in the library. Everywhere. So
all right, I think
just to let you know, it just seems as though there's not very many people here.
Right,
Yeah.
possibly they're
Yeah.
having the same difficulty. It was just that I've got a friend on here that I was able to text her.
Well,
to
hopefully
just-
it's a time thing. And
I think I think there was an issue with the email going out. So I'm looking at that right now.
there are people finding their way here still. So
Nicholas, the
Okay.
email's just come
Oh,
through,
yes.
right.
but
So
it says 1 hour warning.
I know, I see that. All right, I'll put the link in the Facebook group just in case here.
right.
Freddie, do you want to do a little pre-exercise before we get into it and see if I can get some more people on here?
Okay, everyone on your feet. Start jumping up and down. Oh, not that kind of exercise. I
Not
thought
that
you
kind of
meant- Oh, all right, okay. Right. Well, look, what we're going to be doing here today is getting ourselves, as Nick said, rewiring that part of our brain to let go of anxiety and fear. I'm going to show you something about the power of your mind, but I don't know if you've done this yet. But what we think our brain's going to carry out. So if we imagine something strongly enough, our body will react to it. And so at some point, when we're going through this, we might talk about what I call quantum healing. And a lot of people say, well, how could that possibly happen with words? But in reality, words are all we have. And that's what we work with. I mean, that's the joy of hypnosis. I know I see a lot of you here have done some training with me and been to my presentation. So I know a lot of you are doing hypnosis already. But we have words, don't we? And that's the joy of it. I do have a swinging watch just to scare people down the pub, but I don't normally use it. You know, we just need our words. And so we can travel pretty much everywhere in the world now because of we got simultaneous interpretation all over the world. So let me just give you an idea of the power of your mind over your body. And this is how I demonstrate to my students. I'm going to demonstrate to you, but just get into it with your imagination, because people say, how could you possibly affect your body with your imagination? Do this for me. Just imagine for a moment, I've got a lemon in my hand. Picture it, a bright yellow lemon in my hand. And in this hand, I've got a serrated knife. And just watch as I cut through the lemon. You can hear the skin cracking. You can see the juice is starting to run down my wrist. And watch as I cut into that lemon and the juices start to flow and squirt up. And watch as I bite into it. And what's happening in your mouth? Yeah. Oh, I haven't got a lemon. I haven't got a knife. But if you picture it strongly enough, your body will react. So just because we're filling time here, and it's a bit of an exercise, I'm just going to let a few more people in. Imagine anything else, like let's say you're having hot flushes, or you've got a headache. If you can imagine anything that kind of paints a picture of something different, if you like, imagine standing under a cold waterfall or something like that, your body reacts. So if you are suffering in some way from something and you want freedom from that, just think about what could you imagine that would paint a picture that would allow you freedom from that, and then see what happens in your mind. I'm trying to get rid of this little thing on mine.
Freddie, as you were cutting the lemon, my thought was you should be cutting that on a cutting board because you're going to cut your hand. Did anyone else think that?
Yeah.
He was cutting the lemon and there's no knife, there's no lemon, but my thought is, Freddie, you're going to cut your hand. I should interrupt.
And that's what happened. Look.
Yeah.
So never cut a lemon in your hand, whatever you do.
Lucky you know how to get rid of the pain as well. So that works.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hoping there's still people coming in. So people are obviously finding the link now. But we're talking today about this technique that I developed. I call it jumping numbers. And as Nick said, it's based on a couple of things, really. It's based on the idea of EMDR, I think it's called, rapid eye movement. And when we sleep and we go into that state of, when we go into that rapid eye movement sleep, it's when all the information that's coming through the day, and there are millions of bits of information coming all the time through the day, but most of it is useless and unnecessary. And when we go to sleep, our brain goes through all of that stuff and it clears out anything that's not needed. So we wake up in the morning with just enough information to continue to survive. That's why when people don't get enough REM sleep, or they get too much of it, then people who are depressed tend to have too much REM sleep. And so they wake up, because when you're in REM, your brain is hyperactive. You're actually expending energy. And if you have more than like 2 hours of REM sleep, you wake up in the morning, you feel tired because your body's been depleted by that energy. So we're really tapping into what nature does anyway, and it's the way we change our mind. And if you think about that, when we're thinking about things, we're looking in different areas of our brain. So we're going to tap into that today, and we're going to use it in a certain way. So we're using EMDR, and we're using visualization, and we're also using like a subscale to bring down the anxiety and stress. It sounds much more complex than it is, okay? But this technique that you're gonna experience today, for me, it's the most wonderful thing. If you're feeling anxious about anything, let's say you've got to do some public speaking, or you've got to go for an interview, or even, and it's great for your kids as well, because kids love this. It's a very simple technique to teach your kids. So we're going to use it today on anxiety and stress and any kind of irrational fear. But it does also work, because we've had people trying this with all kinds of different problems. It also works with pain. And you're going to see that today. So if you've got any pain, we can work on that. Everyone here will have something different to work on, whether it's anxiety, stress, fear, or pain. This is an opportunity to let it go, okay? And because a lot of you are using hypnosis, if you haven't been to one of my classes and actually learned this with me, it's a very simple technique to learn. And you know, me and Nicola, we're super generous, and we fully expect that you're going to learn this, because you're going to be experiencing it. Even though I'm not teaching it, you'll get it, okay? Are there any other questions about this before we get into it? No?
Hold on, Freddie. Give me a second here. I'm going to send out one more email real quick.
Okay, well, while Nick's doing that, any suggestions? So we've got the next kind of 3 weeks lined up. Next week, we're going to do what I call my rejuvenation therapy for those who just joined us. And so we will be taking a screenshot of you all next week, and we're going to take it a week after to just see how much younger you look, just so we can use that for our publicity. So, but then the week after that, Nick's going to be doing tapping into your authentic self. And then a week after that, what did I say I'm going to do? Oh, yeah, creating the body, health, and happiness. So think about where you want to be physically, how you want to feel in the joy in your life, and we're going to get you to that. So any other suggestions for the weeks coming up? Anything that you think, yeah, I'd love to be able to do that, or I'd love to work on that? No?
I think they're already done. They've been here for 9 weeks in a row. I think we got rid of everything.
We've already created the body, health, and happiness.
They're all perfect. Look at them. They look happy and healthy and energized, and
yeah,
look at them smiling.
Good to see you. Hi, Nicola. It's lovely to see you. See you there. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So Freddie, for this, do they need to have something specific that they want to work on before we get into the actual protocol? Should they have like identified an emotional pattern they want to work on?
Well, anything if you're feeling stressed at the moment, you're feeling anxious about something at the moment, if you've got an irrational fear you want to be free of. And I noticed when I said about pain, I think Sharon kind of sat up and went, yeah, I think I could work on something like that, whether it's physical or emotional, because we're going to ask you in a moment to think about what it is you want to change, and then kind of symptom scale it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being horrific and 0 being no fear or no anxiety at all. We're going to ask you just to get that number up in your head, okay? So just think about it on where it is at the moment, because then we're going to get rid of it completely. All right? What do you think, Nick? We're ready to go, or are you going to wait a little bit longer?
I think we can probably go. Yeah, I think we're all right.
I'll keep an eye if anyone else is turning up to let them in. But it is one of those things you need to start. It's difficult to jump in at the beginning, in the middle of it.
How long does this process take, Freddie?
It's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes tops. That's why we're dragging out the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're saying goodbye to you after 5 minutes. And I know you know, you're greedy about us. So I know you'd be upset if you was here and gone in 5 minutes. Right, okay. So as I said, this is a very simple technique, but it's super powerful. And it's something you can use as a kind of self-hypnosis technique. You know, if you're feeling anxious about something, just run this on yourself. It's very easy, okay? And I'm going to demonstrate how we're going to do it in a moment. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you, I've asked you to get up a number in your mind, you know, on where you're at in a moment with this, whatever you're feeling, anxiety or stress or fear or doubts or whatever it might be that's kind of spiking you at the moment, whether that's a physical or emotional pain. Let's see what we can do. And what I'd like you to do, when you've got that in your head, I'd like you to put that number in the chat, just so we know where we're at and know where we're at afterwards. Put that number in the chat, where you're at, okay? Okay, you can keep doing that till you're all done. Because in a moment, that chat box is going to be full of zeros. Yeah, imagine that's going to happen and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just going to be free of that fear and anxiety forever. Okay, someone's got a 10 in there. Right, okay. Are you ready to be free? Yeah, you know how to do this, don't you? So you do it silently or you can do it with your mic on. I'm ready, Freddy. Excellent. Okay, good.
George is into it.
Right, good, good. Right, okay. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to do this. I'm going to take you into a trance because I'm a hypnotist. But in reality, if you're doing this on yourself, or you're doing it with your kid or doing it with somebody, you know, in an airport or somewhere, most of you are hypnotists, so chances are you're going to do an induction. But in reality, if you're a medic and you don't want to say, do hypnosis, if you're in your GP office, you can just say, we teach them how to do this. Get that first number up. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to just, in hypnosis, get that picture of that number in your mind. You can picture however you want. And I want you to maybe put a color on it. And then I'm going to ask you to do this. And this is how it's going to work. We're going to move that number right out into the distance. I know it sounds complex, but it's not. So it goes right into the distance. And I'm going to say the word now, and it's going to come back at you. But as it comes back to you, I want you to picture it jumping or get a sense of it jumping from side to side. So that number, as it comes back to you, is jumping side to side. But you're keeping your head straight and you're following the number with your eyes. So under your eyelids, you're just moving your eyes from side to side as it comes back towards you. And we're gonna transform that into, you'll see what happens in a moment, till that fear or that anxiety is completely gone. All right. Hi, Jenny. You all right there? Good, good. All right. Look at Jenny. She loves hypnosis. She's getting ready already. Look, she can't wait. Got a blanket and everything ready. Right. Okay. Right. So, are you all ready to do this? Are you ready to be free? Yeah. Okay. Get yourselves comfortable then. Make sure you're in a safe place. So you're not sitting on a windowsill 10 stories up with a hot cup of coffee in your lap or anything. Make sure you're comfortable. Place your hands lightly on your legs. That's right, Caroline. Nice big yawn. Get yourself ready. And then take a breath in. Hold it for a moment. As you breathe out, allow your eyes to close, but only as quickly as you're ready to free yourself from every ounce of irrational fear, anxiety, stress, fear, and pain, okay? Focus on those tiny muscles around your eyes. Imagine having your temples massaged. And those muscles are relaxing so completely, they just won't work. Get a sense of that happening automatically. Every word I say relaxes those muscles more and more. Once again, think about the people you love, or think about something you'd love to achieve. See yourself achieving it. Or see the face of the people you love, people that love you. As you feel that now, your eyes have relaxed so completely, they just won't work for a while. And when you realize your eyes are so relaxed, they just won't work, you can test them, find it completely locked, just for a while. That's right. Now, nothing bothers or affects you, nothing disturbs you. I'm going to say the word love, and as you hear that word, that feeling of relaxation around your eyes will just flood down through your body like a bliss anesthesia. But no matter how relaxed your body becomes, that chair will support you. So get ready as you hear that word. That feeling is going to flood down through your body, and I want you to enjoy every moment. Love. Just feel that feeling washing down through your body. Less and less aware of yourself as a physical being, but totally aware of yourself as a mind. And that mind drifts without boundaries, without borders, without limits. How incredible are you? Now in your mind's eye, get a sense of that number. Picture it, get a sense of it in your mind's eye. Put a color on it if you want. And let's start with the number 8. Get that picture up of number 8 in your mind. Put a color on it. Now move it right out into the distance. So it's a tiny little number 8 in the distance. You can hardly see it. And as I say the word now, it's going to come back at you rapidly, jumping from side to side. And I want you to follow it with your eyes. Get ready. Here it comes now. And watch that number 8 coming towards you faster and faster. That's right. It's jumping from side to side. Follow it with your eyes. And now it's right in front of you. Now make it huge, like a skyscraper. Now watch as it starts to shrink down and it morphs into the number 7. Get a sense of that number 7 as it morphs down into a number 7. Now move the number 7 right out into the distance. So it's a tiny 7, so distant you can hardly see it. As I say the word now, it's going to come back at you even faster than before. Follow it with your eyes. It's jumping from side to side. Here it comes now. And watch that number 7 jumping from side to side. Follow it with your eyes. You can see it. It's getting closer and closer, faster and faster. Now it's right in front of you. Now make it huge. Watch it grow like a skyscraper. And then watch as it shrinks down and morphs into the number 6. Change the color if you want. Now that number 6 right in front of you. Once again, push it right out into the distance. So it's a tiny 6 in the distance. Get ready now. Watch it coming towards you faster and faster. Watch it jumping from side to side. Follow it with your eyes. Here it comes faster and faster. Now it's right in front of you. And once again, watch as it grows. This massive 6 in front of you, like a skyscraper. Now watch as it starts to shrink down and morphs into the number 5. Change the color if you want. And when you're ready, push that right out into the distance. Now it's right distance, so far you can hardly see it. Get ready as I say the word now. Here it comes now. Watch it jumping towards you faster and faster, moving your eyes from side to side. Follow that number 5. Get a sense of it now. And now it's right in front of you. And watch as it grows taller and taller. Change the color if you want. Watch as it's massive 5 in front of you. Now watch as it starts to shrink and it morphs down into a number 4. And see that 4 in front of you. Change the color if you want. Push it right out into the distance. So it's a tiny little 4 in the distance. When I say the word, here it comes now. Watch it jumping at you, back to you, side to side, faster and faster now, even faster than before, coming rapidly towards you. And now it's in front of you. And watch once again, it's that 4 becomes massive in front of you. Watch as it grows. Follow it with your eyes. And watch as it starts to shrink and morphs into that number 3. And push that number 3 right out into the distance, like you're shooting it out into the distance. Watch as it comes back at you now. It's jumping side to side. Watch it with your eyes. Follow it with your eyes. Keep your head straight. Follow it with your eyes. Here it comes, faster and faster. Now it's in front of you. See that number 3 in front of you. And watch as it starts to grow taller and taller. It becomes massive, like a building in front of you. See that 3 in front of you. Now watch as it starts to shrink and morphs into a 2. See that 2 in front of you. Get ready. Push it right out into the distance. So it's a tiny little 2 in the distance. Get a sense of it now. And get ready as I say the word. Now, here it comes. Faster and faster. Watch it from side to side. That's right. See, feel those changes in your body as that number 2 comes towards you. Faster and faster. Now it's right in front of you. And watch as it grows taller and taller. As tall as a skyscraper. See that 2 in front of you now. And watch as it starts to shrink and morphs into a 1. Now see that 1 in front of you. Push it again right out into the distance. Shoot it out into the distance so you can hardly see it. Get ready. Now it's coming towards you. Watch as it moves side to side, faster and faster, even faster than before. And now it's in front of you. And watch as that 1 grows massively like a skyscraper, like the Empire State Building in front of you. And see that 1, that massive tall 1 in front of you. And watch it starts to shrink down and morphs into a 0. That's right. Get a sense of that 0 in front of you. Push it right out into the distance now. So it's a tiny 0 in the distance. And get ready. Here it comes now. Watch it jumping from side to side, faster and faster, even more rapidly than before. And now it's in front of you, that 0. And watch as that 0 grows in front of you. You can see that 0 right in front of you. Now, when you're ready to free yourself forever from every ounce of anxiety, every ounce of useless, unnecessary pain, every ounce of irrational fear or stress that you were feeling, get ready. I want you to step through that 0 into that space of peace. Do it now. And feel that feeling of peace flooding through your body and mind. Every ounce of doubt and fear and anxiety gone. Every ounce of irrational fear, every ounce of useless, unnecessary pain, physical and emotional, gone from your body and mind. You cannot feel it, you cannot experience it. And as you drift in that space, free, my voice, my words are going to drift with you to become a part of your experience now. And every word I say takes you deeper, deeper, deeper down into that beautiful space of trance. Get a sense of that happening automatically. Imagine there's nothing you can do about that. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. Free of every limitation, free of every ounce of useless, unnecessary pain. How incredible are you? Every ounce of stress gone from your body, replaced by a feeling of peace. Get a sense of that now. The harder you try and remember what it felt like to be afraid or anxious or stressed, the harder you try and remember what that useless, unnecessary pain felt like, the further away it goes. Get a sense that's happened and there's nothing you can do about that. It's easy to forget. We put our keys down, we forget where we put them. It's easy to forget. I don't know, it'll be a minute from now, an hour from now, 20 years from now, when you suddenly realize you've been thinking about something else entirely. And every ounce of anxiety, every ounce of stress, every irrational fear and doubt that never belonged to you in the first place has gone from your body and mind. Go with your unconscious often as you need to know that you're free. Only when the unconscious mind knows and has made those changes and allows the conscious mind accept the changes made. Because in a moment, I'm going to count to 10. Every suggestion I've given you, your mind and body will act upon. On 8, your eyes will open. You will feel incredible because you are incredible. You are the most incredible creation. And on 10, that feeling of freedom, that feeling of peace, that new understanding about your worth, your value, and just how incredible you are, it's going to grow stronger day by day. So get ready. As I count to 10, every suggestion I've given you, your mind and body will act upon. On 8, your eyes will open. You'll feel like you've had the most incredible, wonderful 8-hour sleep. A feeling of calm, a feeling of peace you may have never experienced before. And on 10, that feeling of freedom, that new understanding will grow stronger day by day. 1, feeling absolutely wonderful. 2, to create the life you want by helping others create the life they want. 3, a feeling of freedom from every irrational fear, every useless, unnecessary physical and emotional pain. 4, feel the force of that energy flooding through your body and mind. 5, feel incredibly alive now. 6, 7, 8, eyes opening, feeling absolutely incredible. 9, 10. Try and feel that fear now and find you cannot. Try and experience that pain now and find you cannot. On a scale of 1 to 10, where's the fear and pain gone now? The harder you try and remember what it felt like, the further away it goes. That's right. I want you to put that new number in that box. Excellent. Good, good. Well, look, I hope you enjoyed the experience. You can run this with yourselves anytime, okay? Whatever number that anxiety is at, start at that number. So if it's only at a 3, start at a 3 and just run this for yourselves. Excellent. Well done, Nick. Good, good. I'm really pleased for you all. Excellent. Brilliant. Okay. You know, this isn't a difficult technique, providing you can count backwards from 10. And if you can't, well, what can I say? But, it's just seriously, it's just changing your mind and changing the way we think about things. We can do this on pretty much any negative emotion we're feeling, okay? Let go of your limitations. Well done. Good, good. And I know this is a very short and simple technique to run this week, but as you can see from a lot of you, that's made a big difference. And fully expect that you'll be thinking about something else in a few minutes, and that'll be gone completely. Right? Excellent. Any questions? No? Nicholas?
Yeah, I've got one quick story, but I just want to make sure no one else has a question or anybody want to share what your experience was like. Esther?
Can't hear you, Esther.
Might be your headphones.
Okay.
She's gonna type it. Okay. Anybody else? Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, I've had a neck ache for about 3 weeks. It's gone.
Good.
It's gone.
It's done.
Totally gone.
I know,
Thank
it's
you,
mad.
Freddy.
It's
Thank
mad,
you,
isn't
Freddy.
it? Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Good, good.
Thank you very much.
We'll never bother you again. I know that is how incredible our mind is. to think that could happen in those few minutes. So, you know, let go of your limitations. If you've got someone you love in pain, just say, let's try this thing with you. You know, and expect the best from it. And you'll be amazed. You know, that's how powerful our mind is.
Did any of you have a weird experience, like as the number got close and it like towered over you, like just like an energetic, like you could feel it in your body almost? Did you guys have that? Like this, like it's just a strong sense of, I don't know. It was for me, it was really powerful.
Oh yeah, it was like a chill up my back.
Good, Nick. And yours went to a 0, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, great.
Amazing.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Delane?
I just felt totally, I just felt my body just totally relax.
Good.
It was just amazing. It was just like a draining. It's
Good.
wonderful.
And the
Thank
thing
you.
about it is, I know there'll be some of you thinking, you know, I can't visualize that well. But the truth of the matter is, I don't visualize that well. But even if you're just, it doesn't seem to matter. If you're just going through the motions of it, it still seems to have the same effect. There are a lot of people who say, I just can't visualize that well. But I think by changing the word imagine to get a sense of, we can pretty much get a sense of what a number 2 looks like, or a number 8, or whatever it might be. We can get a sense of something coming towards us faster and faster. And that's good enough. You know, it doesn't have to be, it's not like it's in Technicolor. It doesn't have to be like that. For some people it is. You know, some people are great at it, but other people, it doesn't matter. The results generally are the same. So I'm really pleased. And for the, I think it was 2 or 3 people who put a 2 or a 3 in there. And I would suggest that run this again for yourselves later on today. There are no limits to it. Just keep doing it until it goes to a 0. And, you know, add some emotion in. You know what my thinking on this is? We can create an emotion. Our body's going to soak up that suggestion. But I'm pleased. Are you back online, Esther? Or are you still? Yeah, good.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Any other comments? No? Did you enjoy it? Sharon, yeah, Sharon.
Hey, Freddie. I just have a question. So I've heard you do this before. And I'm trying to get, it seems like before when you got to the, like when the number got closer to you, you had it like drop in a hole.
I had it drop in a hole before.
Like in a hole, like it was like the number, like you would go from 6 and then the 6 would get closer to you and then it would just drop.
And then it would done it that way. I always get it to go out into just when it comes back in front of you, then it grows and then it morphs down into the next number down. You might have in your mind thought I'm saying it's dropping into a hole.
I think it must have been. I think that maybe was because I remember that it would get closer and then it would somehow, I was hearing that the number would drop and then the next number would come up. But okay, I got you.
Sharon, maybe you just
if that works for you, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sharon, maybe you just feel whole after the process, and that's the association you made.
Maybe, yeah.
Good. All right, well, I have a quick story. Anything else you want to throw in there, Freddie?
No, you can go with the story. Yeah.
Okay. So I want you guys to think about this. So think about, some of you may own businesses, you may be entrepreneurs. I want you to think about someone that owns a small to medium-sized business, and they have this computer network in their business. And so they're all working hard and they're, you know, trying to grow their business, and they've been in business for years and years, and they start having some issues with their computer network. And so they hire this expert to come in and to assess their system. And so he goes through all the computers and all the networks, and he starts making these lists, and he starts finding these things that are wrong, that are really prohibiting the growth of the business, and are making the business, for the employees, they're making it really hard because these computer systems don't work. Have any of you had this experience? Like you're running old software in a business and you're like, this is not the most efficient way to do it. So this computer guy, he runs through the network. He has this list and he goes to the owner of this small business and he says, you know, here's what's going on. And he says, you're using these computers are using way more energy than they should. They're not following through on certain processes that they should. They're deleting information that they should be picking up. And it seems like they're running repetitive programs from years ago. Like whoever set this up, they didn't set it up right. Whoever came in before me to set up this system, they set up these programs that are actually hurting your business. And he said, you're losing money every single day because your systems aren't running efficient programs. And so the entrepreneur says, well, you know, do I just have to like throw out all the whole system? And he says, no. There's some really good stuff in here. We can repurpose everything. He says, but what you need is some upgrades because these are really old and there's just some faulty programs in there that I can come through and clean up. And so the entrepreneur writes down a number and he says, this is what it's going to cost. And he hands it, or this is the computer guy, the technology expert, and he hands it over to the business owner. And the business owner looks at that number and is, you know, he kind of freaks out for a moment. And he says, well, this is too expensive. I'm not going to do that. I'll just figure it out on my own. And so the expert that they hired to come in says, well, I want you to think about how much money you lose every single day. A few days of running efficiently, and you'll be able to pay for this many times over. And so he thinks about it. And then the technology expert says, you know, if you could have fixed this on your own, why haven't you yet? And so, you know, the guy really starts to think about it. And then he decides to go ahead and upgrade his system. And so, you know, he pays the money and he allows this guy to come in and he totally goes through systematically and upgrades all of the systems. He finds all the bottlenecks in the energy flow and how the information flows through the system, and he upgrades everything. And within a few days, that business is humming. The employees are happy. Everything seems to be moving so much more efficiently because of the upgrades in the system and because they brought in an expert. Does this make sense? So on a completely unrelated note, Freddy and I are launching the self-hypnosis program on April 30th. And so we're going to have a 6-week process where we're going to take you through step by step how to upgrade all of the systems that were holding you back. And so I know there's a few people on the call who signed up. We've got, I think, 14 spots left. If that interests anybody, I'm going to start sending emails out about it pretty soon. So yeah, the self-hypnosis program is 6 weeks. It's going to be about 90 minutes. We're going to have a WhatsApp support group and really help you through any limitations that you currently have in your operating system so that you can operate efficiently and enjoy the process. So that's what's coming a few weeks from now. If you have any questions, reach out, let me know. And Freddie, anything to add to that?
No, we were just saying yesterday, just to remind you to, if you're enjoying these groups, invite people along. You know, if you know somebody, you know, you know, in your own business, we don't ask for referrals enough times. So, you know, we want this group to grow. We want as many people on it as possible. If you know anything you think that would enjoy this, then just let them know about it and just tell them about it. That's all I'm asking for you. I know you're doing it anyway. I know a lot of you are already doing that. But just to remind you, if you think, yeah, my friend would like to come along to these, then invite them along.
Yes. And our time is set now. So we're good until the fall, at least. So it's going to be 9 in London, 3 Central, 4 Eastern from now on. I think I'll make sure these emails are going out on time. And if you've already registered, you can just save the link and put it in your calendar. It's the same link every time. So you don't necessarily have to, you can if you want just to get those emails. But once you've registered once, you should be getting the email every week, regardless if you register the next week. So you can just save the Zoom link, put it in your calendar, and yeah, and bring friends along and enjoy.
And remember, if you have any anxiety, any stress, just take yourself into that little space, get that number up, use your eyes, get rid of it. You don't have to live with those anxieties and stresses. You can, yeah, you can do this job for yourself as well. Okay. It's what we want for you all. Stress-free, anxiety-free, limitless. Think about what you want. Well, next
Eh.
week, as I said, you know, we're going to be rejuvenation therapy. Think about what number you want to go back to. How would you like to be this summer? Look at Nick looking up there. Look, 23 years old, Nick. How
23.
good's that going to be? Yeah.
I'm already 24, so it's only losing another year, so I'm good to go.
Yeah.
So Freddie, I think there's a few people that have just got on. If you're just getting in, we are actually wrapping up. We had a mistake in the time, and so I'm going to take this replay. I'm going to post it, the link in the Facebook group, so you can access that right away, and that'll be available for everybody. So
it's always going to be 9 o'clock UK time.
9 o'clock UK
Wherever
time.
you are in the world, it's always going to be 9 o'clock UK time. So if it's around, I think you call it fall, we call it autumn. If you're around those times when the clock's going back or forward, that's the only time you've got to really check. But then have a look and see, like, your clocks have gone back in America. Just double check what time is in UK and vice versa when they go back or forward. I never understand what it is anyway. Because
Why do we have to do it
because I'm a
anyway?
time lord. I'm a time lord, and I'm not affected by time. Time is just the same for me wherever I am in life. I don't sleep. No, there's no time.
What's that, Nick?
I was just saying, why do we have to do it anyway? It just doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense. That is correct. It makes no sense.
And why is Britain different, or is all of Europe different? I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, it's too complex. But in France, Europe is an hour ahead of us sometimes, sometimes 2 hours ahead of us. It's just weird. But
It
as I said, just forget about time. Just live in the moment like I do.
There you go.
Yeah. Forget about time. Unless you're coming here, of course. Then don't forget about it. It's 9 o'clock UK time, wherever you are in the universe. All right, we're going to say goodnight to you. It's great to see you all. Thanks
All
for
right,
coming along.
Freddie, send me the link right away. And for those of you who just got on, I'll put the replay out as soon as possible, and you can go through the process.
I will do. And, you know, I'm in Dublin in a couple of weeks, Jenny. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
that week. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, so, you know, Dublin in a couple of weeks. So if you're anywhere near Dublin or you're near an airport that will take you to Dublin, come along. It's going to be fun. All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing, have a great evening, great day, whatever you are, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, take care.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Freddie. Thank you,
Thanks for
Nick.
coming.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
Look out for
you.
this new program of ours. Nick will be letting you have all the information on it. Okay. See you soon.
Thank you so much, guys. It was really good.
Thanks, Bar. Take care. See you soon.